just to your teams. And then I'm sure Team Boom calls running late, and then those people will run over. So tonight we have April McDonald on our call tonight. But before we jump to her, I have a couple headlines. So we learned a lot of exciting things at leadership this weekend. And so I kind of want to go through a month-to-month timeline of what exciting things we have coming out. But first, let's do our weekly recognition, our monthly recognition. So far in October, we've changed a total of 64 lives. So we are 9 days in, and this is actually as of yesterday. So we're 8 days in, changed a total of 64 lives. Let's bump that number up. It is October. It is fall season. Our job is to help other people focus on health over weight, guys. Right now, people aren't excited about getting in bathing suits. People aren't excited about, they don't care about certain things in this season of their lives, but it's time to attract people based on other things. So ask yourself, what's motivating you to show up in your workouts? For me, what's motivating me is my 2019 self. My goal is to finish 2018 so much stronger than I am today. And so I can attract those people who feel that same way. If I'm talking about a bikini, I'm getting ready for a bikini. Most people aren't, so I can't attract those type of people, right? So use this time of year to your advantage, okay? But awesome job. 64 lives changed. This week's Coach of the Week, we have Alexis Kotarski. Our top weekly life changer is Cassie Schmelzinger. Our top weekly recruiter is Martha Stewart. And the top weekly PV producer is myself. Over here on the right, we have a handful of people who are just shy of Success Club. And remember, in order to hit Success Club, you do need 3 lives changed. So help 3 people get started on their health journey. With hitting Success Club 5 already this month, we have Sydney Thompson with 8 and myself with 8. With Success Club 10 and above, we have Kate Morgan and Martha Stewart. And with 14 points, we have Cassie Schmelzinger. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Something stuck in my throat. This week, we have signed a total of 43 coaches on Team Elevate. That's in the past 7 days. And we have a couple headlines to talk about. Tomorrow night, we have an Emerald Push. Something super exciting that we're actually going to start doing is I just actually recently teamed up with Rachel Baldwin. Hopefully, I know a lot of you guys follow her. She's a new mom. She runs her business very similar to how Team Elevate runs theirs. And so we are actually going to team up and start running our Emerald Pushes together on Wednesday nights. So if you have a coach pushing for Emerald, or if you are a coach pushing for Emerald, tomorrow there will be a Zoom link posted, and at 8 p.m. we will be going live and doing a 30-minute Emerald Push training. Now, this will be something done bi-weekly, so you should just know that every other week there will be an Emerald Push call done either by myself or by Rachel Baldwin. And guys, that's not to say that if you do have a growing team, you should be hosting these yourself. You should not be relying on me to host these. So if you are pushing for Diamond and you have a handful of coaches below you, they want to hear from you. And for you to really, practice that leadership, pump your leadership muscle, you need to start running these trainings on your own, okay? And so every call that you run is going to be an experience and an opportunity to grow. So that is going to be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. On Sunday, we're doing Coach Basics. I don't know why I put 8 p.m. That's not right. 12 p.m. Coach Basics is going to be 12 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, so in the afternoon. So if you are a new coach and you have not gone through one of my Coach Basics, it's just going to be a 30-minute call where I go over mindset, Success Club, incentives, volume, all the fun logistical stuff to build a strong foundation in your business, okay? So that's going to be 12 o'clock. I'm sorry for the typo. If you're a new coach, you need to be there. If you have a new coach, make sure that they know where to be Sunday at noon. It's just going to take 30 minutes, okay? We have a Summit flash sale. The Summit tickets are going to be $145, which is incredible. $145 so October 20th, this month to the 31st, so 11 days, they're going to be on sale for $145. So if you are a coach who has not purchased your Summit ticket, purchase it in the flash sale. That is about 11 days away. So you have 11 days from 11 days to, 19 days or 20 days to plan to pay for that $145 ticket. I went to my first summit as a 21-year-old broke, but I'm so happy I got there because I can bet you I'm where I am right now because of that first summit. That first summit changed my world. And so just making Summit a priority next year. And it is next July. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about headlines, guys. The Super Saturday is coming up next weekend, October 20th weekend. You need to make this a priority. I know that it's fall and it's busy and we're getting ready for the holidays and we're, doing fall things and drinking pumpkin spice lattes and eating donuts. But if you have major goals in your business, you will get to a Super Saturday. They are roughly 4 to 5 hours. Normally mornings. There's one in your local area. Find it, bring your best friend, bring your mom, team up with other coaches in the local area and go. You will get there and you will feel like you're surrounded with other coaches who just, their hearts beat to the same drum as you. And it's a special feeling. Getting to Super Saturday is a very special feeling. And if you are like, well, I don't have any friends or I don't have any coaches in the local area, maybe you have a significant other, bring your significant other. Getting your significant other there and seeing what this opportunity is all about is the very best thing I ever did. Bringing Tyler to my first summit was the best thing that I ever did. So just bring someone or go alone. They're really fun. Okay. So Kate and I were talking today and we feel like, it's no lie that our leaderboards are a lot lower than they were, like, let's say June and July, right? In the peak of the year. So we were saying, where's the fun? Like, where has all the fun gone? What do we feel like is the common denominator of why so many coaches are either not hitting Success Club or are hitting Success Club by the skin of their teeth? And I think that I'm looking around at our team, I'm looking around at social media, and you guys are not pouring into your journey. I see a lot of coaches who aren't involved in a program at all, or they're bouncing from program to program, just waiting for a new launch. We should be in the middle of a program at every point of the year. We should be in the middle of a nutrition plan at every point of the year. So we want to bring it back to the reason why we fell in love with this business in the first place, or the reason we fell in love with the community in the first place, and that's being a part of something. So Team Elevate's going to host a coach test group. It is just going to be for the coaches on Team Elevate. And so what it's going to be, it's going to start October 15th. So it's going to start next Monday and it's going to run to Thanksgiving. And we're going to run it like we would as a challenge group. Yes, you will be hosting your own challenge groups on top of it, but this will be for you guys to stay on track with each other. We will be posting our before and after photos. We will be posting our nutrition plans. We will be taking measurements. We will be checking in weekly. We will be pouring into our journeys, and we will be treating this as if we are running a corporate test group. Here's the thing. This test group that I'm in, this Transform 20 test group, has changed my life. Like, it has changed my business. It has changed my mindset. It has changed my relationships. It has changed my mental clarity. It has changed everything. And I have seen what that has done for me and my business and myself just as a human, that I want you guys to all find that. I want all of you guys to stop making up excuses why you can't work out. I want you guys to stop making up, these objections of why you can't stick to your nutrition plan, why on the weekends you have to throw it all away, and then, why you aren't hitting Success Club, why you can't set these realistic expectations for your clients. We're going to do it. We're going to crush these, I don't know how many weeks it is. I think it's like 6 or 7 weeks. We're going to crush these 6 weeks together, and we're going to prove that this time of year we can get fit, we can get healthy, and we can spread realistic expectations for all the other versions of us in the world. So stay tuned. I have created the group. Tomorrow I will be posting it and you guys can add yourself. We are going to kick it off on Monday. We're going to do our before and after photos this weekend. We're going to do our nutrition plans this weekend. We're going to be taking our measurements this weekend. So if you want to be a part of that, and I truly hope that you want to be a part of that because your business will thank you, you will want to get in there before Monday. Okay? Last thing I want to talk about is this is the timeline of what's to come within the next year. We have Shift Shop launching on the 22nd, which you already know. We have Super Saturday, which they didn't put on the calendar. We have right here, this should say Transform 20. I don't know why it's blacked out. But Transform 20 launches on December 4th. So you guys should not be waiting to talk about it. Obviously, you can't talk about it right now because you don't know what it's all about. But once it is released, like all of the information is released and we can talk about it more often, you guys need to plan to make a business plan. You need to plan to sit down and actually write out a strategic plan of how you're going to share it. Are you going to run maybe like a prep group. Are you going to run an info group? And I'm personally going to run an info group, and it's going to lead up to the launch. And then I'm going to get everybody, registered and launched together. And we will talk about that more a little bit later, but I would really recommend taking a screenshot of this right now and saving it to your drive. But the same day that Transform 20 launches, Energize Tubes also launch. And then we have over here, the VIP early access and coach group starts. So if you have to like pre-order it. You know how Shift or Lift Forward did like the pre-order of Transform 20? That's going to be 12/4. That's going to be December 4th. And then it's going to be launched to the public on Beachbody On Demand on January 14th. Okay. On February 19th, Fruit Punch Energize comes out, guys. It is so good. You're going to love it. It tastes like fruit punch. And then just keep in mind that we do have Super Saturday on January 12th, non-negotiable. You need to get there. If you want your coaches to get there, you need to make sure you're getting there. If you are pushing for NLC in California, that is February 8th. And just some exciting things. We set sail for our Success Club trip on March 24th. And then here are some exciting things. But take a screenshot of this, look through it, just really put in your calendars that when the launch of Transform 20 comes out, Fruit Punch, Energize, and the upcoming Super Saturdays. Okay. All right, now for the star of the show. Sorry, April, I took 15 minutes of your time. But April McDonald, I have known April for a couple years now. We were acquaintances because she was good friends with my upline, Michelle Phillips, our upline, Michelle Phillips. But I got to really get to know her this weekend, and she is so much fun. I said to her, you just have fun. Like, you just don't even think about things, and you just kind of like smile. She's always smiling. She's always laughing. And she went through a point of her business where she wasn't doing a lot of that. I'm sure on the outside she was, but I know she went through a really hard point in her business where she had to rebuild. And I know she's really going to touch on that tonight. But I wanted to bring April on because I wanted to show you that we're building a business, guys. Yes, we're changing lives. We're changing our own lives, and we're pouring over into other people. But with every business comes triumphs and tribulations and, obstacles that you have to jump over. And I don't want tonight to be a downer call. I want tonight to be a call of realization and for April to prove to you, one, what you're capable of in this business and how you really have to make that mental shift to see positivity, to see light, and just build that success in your teams. So April, I know you're on. If you want to unmute yourself.
Hey girl, hey.
Yay.
Hi guys. So thank you so much, Ashley, for having me on. I'm like a total early bird. So she said 9 o'clock and I was like, oh gosh, I will need some coffee to get through this. But I normally get up at 4 o'clock to do my workouts, but that hasn't happened in like a week. So need to get back to that. But yeah, like Ashley said, I am totally and still am currently in a rebuild year. And so I'm just gonna literally, I am not a PowerPoint person, so I hope that's okay. I'm just gonna talk. These are my notes. Okay. So this is like my bullet point, when you get the presentation in the beginning in school, it's like, here are objectives. So here's my objectives. Here's what I'm going to go through. What happened really briefly, because we don't need to focus on the past. We need to focus on how we react to it, how I reacted, what I learned, what I changed, and where am I going now? So that's like literally just, that's literally all the notes I took for this call. So that's what I'm going off of. So, okay. So basically, in 2015 and 2016, we were an elite team. I quit my job. I was all in, I was killing it. I was running with my team. I was popping Star Diamond. I went from Diamond to 5-star in a year. I just was killing it. And I thought that I had my tribe behind me doing the same thing. So basically what happened is your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And I don't know about you, but I love wine. Until recently, I think I recently ruined it for myself because I had too much of it, but normally such a wino. So this wine MLM came through and just basically took a good amount of my coaches. And it was a really hard thing because I've lost coaches to, you know, so many different businesses in the past, which isn't a big deal because I know I'm not like going to take it personally. I know this business isn't for everyone. I know coaching isn't for everyone. And I have girls that go and sell toothpaste and kill it. I have girls that go and sell LuLaRoe and kill it. And I'm just over here like, go girl boss, whatever you have to do. And I literally still support them in their businesses because that's just how I am. I want you to do something that you find as passionate that I am about Beachbody. And that's all that matters in my book. So, but what happened was they were deceitful. They lied to me. They blocked me from posts. They literally, somebody, like I have a screenshot of somebody, one of them saying, F April, I'm never going to quit. I'm just going to collect a paycheck or something like that. So, and it wasn't just like people that didn't matter. I lost probably a total of 30 people right off the bat, and like literally continues to still to this day. Some of them are canceling because they were under other leaders, but I lost a total of probably 13 diamond and star diamond leaders. I had a 3-star diamond, a 2-star diamond, probably 5 1-star diamonds. I mean, I had a ton of people leave and I was crumbling. Okay. Because not only is it like your team is leaving, that's your paycheck, but it was people I absolutely adored. 3 of them flew to my house. Yeah, exactly like you guys are. 3 of them flew to my house for my 30th birthday and were there for 5 days and never told me that they were doing this wine thing and that they had planned on leaving. And that was really just like the soul crushing moment, was that I spent over $200 on 2 of them because I had given them their 2-star gift at my house. I was so super excited. And they just were kind of like, ugh, cool. Like they didn't care. And I was like, what the heck is happening? And then found out later that they were just doing this and doing it in a deceitful way. And I just couldn't believe they were blocking my posts, blocking me from seeing their posts. Like I wasn't going to figure it out. Like just be a good person and tell me. So that was horrible. I had to go to counseling. It was literally like a heartbreaking experience. I had to get in compliance involved, literally had to get all of their accounts canceled because I had to make all my groups secret. I had to hide my friends. They were doing power hours, y'all, in my team pages, like of my downline, like girls that were, and I look back and I'm like, okay, they did. Yeah, exactly. Kimberly. Okay. So, I look back and they did kind of have like a mean girl vibe. And I just was kind of like, well, they're just so fun. Like I can, whatever. And now I look back and like, they would be like, ugh, another one of your coaches in your downline tried to add me as a friend. Ugh. And then when they were going, to do this, they'd be friending all these people that now they were good enough because they had this product that they wanted to sell them. So, it was horrible. It was literally, I had to go to counseling. And I just kind of like, I was also a new mom. So I had my baby, she's going to be 2. Oh my gosh, she's going to be 2 next month. So I had my baby end of 2016 and then turned 30 beginning in January. And this all went down like January to March, 2017. In end of January, I also moved 2.5 hours away to a new city where I knew no one except my in-laws. And I also was just like literally having the worst postpartum depression ever. So it's like just basically every life-changing factor all in one thing. So I was having a mental breakdown. I'm not even joking. Like I literally cried all the time, like hours a day. And I didn't know I had postpartum for the first 4 months. I thought crying daily for hours was a normal thing. So, yeah. And I don't want to like, focus on all of this because I'm honestly, guys, you would never think this going through it. I am so glad it happened. I call it the cleanse of 2017 because you know what? I have my tribe of people that are bleeding Beachbody blue, that have my back no matter what. The people that weren't in it, for the right reasons are gone because they chased a shiny thing. And want to know a fun fact? Only one of my girls is still selling wine. Only one. And the other ones have moved on to a 3rd MLM and now lost all of their credibility. And, I honestly had to block a lot of them because of the way that it was so dirty, the way that they left. It was just not good for my heart to see it. And, I had one actually today come and she didn't leave like horribly, but she was one of my Star Diamond leaders. And she actually came to me today and was like, I cannot believe I'm saying this because we've made up, but do you have a group going on? I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to sign on, but I need your help. And that was just like, I can't believe that after everything you came to me, I would be honored. I can't even look at this chat right now. I love you guys. So full circle moment, all of this happened. It was horrible, but I know that how I reacted to it at first was I thought I wanted to like literally just crawl in a ball, and it was horrible. I actually got my real estate license. My in-laws own a super successful real estate business. My husband's a realtor. And then I just decided like, I need a change. Like I can't be a stay-at-home mom. I just can't do it. It's not for me. So I did real estate for a year and a half. And honestly, I crushed it. In like 6 months, I closed 40 homes. Like I seriously, anything you put your mind to, you can be good at. If you can rock this business, you can rock anything. But then I realized like I was working full time as a realtor, still trying to, I am a Star Diamond coach. So I've got a team, I've got leaders, I've got coaches. I was still hitting Success Club. But I was doing everything at a very minuscule level, literally just coasting and working 40 hours a week with real estate, if not more, then trying to do this, then trying to be a mom, then trying to be a wife, and just crying all the time, crying because I couldn't do laundry. I couldn't make dinner. I couldn't go to the grocery store at time for nothing. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, where are your priorities, April? Why are you trying to do everything? And so, this summer, I realized that real estate was literally just filling a void because I was overwhelmed and was having this breakdown. And instead of just like, I lost my passion for Beachbody. At one time, I remember saying, my goal is to phase out of Beachbody in the next 5 years and focus on real estate. I literally said that to my father-in-law. And I could not believe I was saying it, but at the same time, I was like, it's just not for me anymore. And I can't believe that I even really thought that. But now I just have my passion back. I have my fire. I have a job that I am blessed to be a blessing to others, that I get to turn my mess into a message. And people tell me I'm inspiring because I show them pictures of my dirty laundry in the background. I'm like, oh, okay. Or I'm a hot freaking mess. And I'm glad that that's the word that you came up with. But, and so my daughter who is turning 2 next month is still in daycare. And I've been, kind of like trying to like do coaching, and she's there. And then I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why? I can have her home. And I'm also I'm that kind of person. I don't know if anybody else is, but if you give me 8 hours, I'm going to like find things to fluff and fill and not do what I need. But if I have 2 hours, I'm like, what can I do? So personally, I spent a lot of time today looking at stories, making stories, making posts, but sending invites. Like I only got 10 in today, so I'm not going to bed until I get another 20 in. But like, what did you do with your life today, April? Like, why? So I know that is another awesome thing, that I'm bringing my daughter home next month. So I will be full-time mommy and full-time coach. But that makes me get up early in the morning and do my miracle morning and nap time hustle. And that's all I need and I know that I can be more productive because I want to be mommy. And I do not want to be like, oh my gosh, kid, when are you going to take a nap? Because mommy got stuff to do. Like I want to do my miracle morning, and I want to do my nap time hustle, and I want to be present. So I'm not following my notes very well. How I reacted, what I learned is that I have to know who I'm attracting. I have to know who is my tribe. And so what did I change? I changed that I needed a vision of where I wanted our team to be going and who I wanted to be on my freaking bus with me. If you guys have never read The Energy Bus, it's so good. I highly suggest that you read that, because that was a good one for me, because I was just like, who do I want to attract? I don't want to like cast this net and, like Ashley said yesterday on the National Wake Up Call, like just get anybody with a pulse. I don't want that. I want my tribe. I want hot mess mamas that constantly tell themselves that they're not good enough, that aren't afraid to cut out TV, to work and hustle like there's no tomorrow, because they know that the sacrifice right now is worth it, and how you can live. I love the saying, live now how others won't, so you can live later how others can't. And I absolutely know that will be 100% all of you that are willing to do a little extra hustle, that are willing to I didn't watch TV. I really didn't watch TV. Here was my routine when I was working. When I first started, I guess this is an important part of my story. When I first started, I had $7 in my bank account. I put it on the credit card. I was working 3 jobs. I had my master's degree in clinical exercise physiology, was barely making $30,000, was also a server, was also babysat on the side. I also taught Insanity. I also taught boot camps. And you know what? I had like 3 jobs between all of this. And I signed up as a coach because I knew I had nowhere to go but up. I found my coach on Instagram because she was doing a giveaway. I literally only used Instagram for giveaways. And I actually, oh, hey, Mackenzie, obsessed with you too. I actually won a lot of stuff on Instagram. I already had a blog before I started. Like my coach was like, how are you not a coach? So started, joined, and I just went to freaking work. Okay. So if you guys are working, does anyone work a full-time job right now? Hands up. Okay, great. So let me just give you this in a nutshell. Before I went to work, I always made some type of inspirational post because we freaking hate mornings. Mornings suck. Nobody actually enjoys being up in the morning. I'm a morning person, but I still would rather be in my bed. So some type of inspiration, motivation in the morning before I left for work, like literally brushing my teeth. That's what I would be doing. Listening to a podcast, make a post. On my way to work, I'm listening to personal development because it's usually too early to call most people. Listening to a YouTube of, I follow top coaches, Brittany Leggett, Scotty Hobbs, Lindsay Matway, Katie Hefner, literally anything I could get my hands on from their YouTube. That's what I would do. And because I need to start my day good and I hate my job, so I need to have some motivation. The night before I went to bed in my planner, I would write out the 10 people I was going to invite and the 5 people I was going to follow up with. So my 30-minute lunch, I sat at this gross little table in my, I was working at a senior center at the time, and it always smelled like weird food and it was horrible, but that's where our break room was. So I would sit there and send my invites, and I would be like, the sooner I get these invites in, the sooner I can get out of this disgusting like break room. And then on the way home, it was a coach call or a prospect coach call or a 3-way call with one of my coaches and their prospective coaches. Okay. Then I got home and I worked out. I was not a morning person then. I had dinner with my husband, had a little bit of, family time. And then it was video games for him and more work for me. And you may not want this life, and that's okay. You can totally work this business in pockets of time. It does not have to be that. But I wanted success more than I wanted time to breathe. Like I needed that, and I knew and I believed in the vision so much that I just did it. And I sacrificed sleep, and honestly, my husband gets super excited. He's like, oh, you have a call? All right. And he gets out his like video game. He's got like a separate screen because he really wants to be a millionaire in Fortnite. And that would be great, but I support that. So yeah. And I just can't tell you guys enough that if you have this vision and you have this belief, just get your hustle on and do the important things, and don't scroll through Facebook, and don't think that you liking this girl's photo again is going to get you farther. No, it's the invites, it's the follow-up, it's the tracking, it's the vision, it's the belief, it's the it's the personal development. And don't think you are above personal development. I don't care how successful you are. If you're not doing personal development, you will burn out. So that was not on my agenda at all, but I hope that was helpful, because I know you guys are following Ashley's lead, and I know that she is such a powerhouse coach, and I know that she has the vision and she has the belief, and she's been able to do so much great stuff. So I know that hopefully that was helpful. I'm eating my hair right now. Fun. Stuck in my lip gloss. Hate when that happens. Okay. So vision is huge for me, and I had to change who I was trying to attract. And I know in the beginning, I was kind of posting a lot about incomes. You hate your boss, you hate your job, and yada, yada, yada. And then I almost got like scared to post that for the longest time. I just this past month started posting about income and like quitting my job again, because I was so scared. Like maybe that's why I attracted these people that were in it for a quick buck, because I was talking about income. No, it was because people thought that it would be easy because I wasn't talking enough about the hustle. So I would rather somebody know that I work my ass off and attract somebody that doesn't mind working their ass off than be like, oh, I'll collect my Beachbody paycheck, So I want people to know, I'm going to show you in my stories, like, hey, it's 9:30 and I'm hosting a call, and I've been on 3 Zoom calls today, and I've done this today, and I don't want the wishy-washy coaches. And if I'm not going to attract somebody because they're like, I don't have time for that. Well, I don't have time for you, because like, be a challenger, And so this is the type of people that I want to attract. And you have to get really real with yourself and don't cast this huge net. I can't. Just go with those hustlers and those people that you want. So where am I going now? I just had I don't know if you guys know Keisha and Grace, but she's one of our corporate maps. What is wrong with me? This is why I need to go to bed. Reps. Okay. And so I was talking about goals and things like that. And she was like, what are your goals? And I said, my biggest goal is to have 5 leaders in this business, 5-star coaches that have financial freedom. 1, because I don't have an upline and I have nobody in my downline events. I literally hung out with Team Boom all weekend because I have no friends there. Basically, I have no upline. No, literally I just, I can't even right now. Guys, I can't function after 8 o'clock. The struggle is real. Okay. And I'm literally blind as can be. Glad as could be. Okay. Glad you guys are in my tribe. I can't even. By the way, Martha Stewart, I am so obsessed that your name is Martha Stewart. I keep looking at that. I love you. I can't focus. Okay, guys. Anyways, that's the end of my story. Here I am now. I love my life. I love my team. I talk to them about hustle. I push them. And I also was scared of pushing them. And my biggest takeaway from, leadership was I'm not scared of pushing people anymore, because if it's going to offend you, that's okay. You can be a discount coach. I will love you where you are as you are, but my leaders, your leaders, guys, they need to be pushed. They want that. They crave that. And so I'm a tough love person. And in the back, basically, I'm in that too. Basically in the back of your mind, back of my mind, I was scared. I was like, well, I don't want to push people away because I've pushed enough people away. I don't want people to leave this business. And, I can't look at the chat. I'm sorry. I don't want people to leave me. And so I stopped pushing and I just tried to be people's friends. But you know what? I have literally one-star diamond qualifier right now and no other star diamonds. And that's a really big, punch in the freaking face, because I've been a coach for 5.5 years. That's not okay. But like I said, I'm totally rebuilding and, I know I still have a chance of hitting elite this year, and I'm just going to push like heck. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. I know it's in the cards for 2019, but I can't tell you guys enough that you have to give yourself more credit, and you can't just hide your goals, and you can't just not believe in yourself. You have to push, and you have to just go for the big dreams and just have fun along the way. And like I said, if elite doesn't happen, does that define me? No. I love my team. I love what I do. I love showing up every day. I just had a message from this kid I went to college with right before I hopped on this call. I just got a message from him and he was like, this is totally random. I just want you to know you're one of the 2 people I've ever come across that works a network marketing business that I actually enjoy watching them. I actually get on your live videos and I never watch live videos. This dude that's not creepily trying to flirt with me. He's legitimately just a friend that I respect, and I haven't talked to him in 5 years. And he just sent me this message I like the way that you build your business. You're authentic. And guys, there is no bigger compliment in this business. So just go be yourself, be true to you, show your hot mess, because apparently it's inspiring, and don't give a shit what anybody thinks of you, because you will have eye rolls. You will have people that think you're stupid. My best friend made fun of me. And one time I came home for all my family's in Pittsburgh. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I'm in North Carolina now. And I came home and it was my birthday dinner, and I was like, can we take a picture? And she's like, fine, as long as you don't use it for stupid Beachbody. And I was like, whoa, girl. I literally pray for you every night to find a job that pays you well, that you enjoy, because you make shit and you hate your job. And I have that, and you can't be happy for me. And you know what? Girl has supported me ever since. Just call people out on their crap. If they mean something to you, talk to them about it. And then if they don't support you, they're not your tribe. So, and she literally made this comment a couple months, maybe about a year ago. She's like, that's okay. I used to laugh at you. And now you laugh all the way to the bank, because she's seen me post about like my 6-figure income and stuff. And also my sister's one of my diamond coaches. She's lost 111 pounds. She was able to do that because I shared this opportunity. I've changed her life. We used to butt heads so much. Now we're literally best friends. She's coming to my retreat this weekend. I'm so excited. We traveled together like 6 times a year for Beachbody. And my other sister still thinks it's like a scam. But you know what? She's not my tribe. I'm not going to build a business with her. So I don't freaking care. And there are other things I can talk to her about life. I do not need her to be my fan. I do not need her to be my support system. I have that in my team. They believe in me. And that's really just all that matters. So that's all I got.
Boom, mic drop. I love it. There was a point that you said, about your best friend. I think that it is so important that we hear stories like that. And like even Melanie Mitchell was on our call the other day where she talked about Matt not supporting her. And now she's 4-time top coach. You know what it takes? It took April sharing her passion. It took Melanie proving to Matt that she had the passion, right? Same thing with Tyler. It took him getting to Summit with me and proving that this was something so much realer than posting on social media and doing a workout in my basement. And so whatever you guys feel in your soul, like share it and spread it and let them know loud and proud. Okay. I want to go over a couple of things, and guys, ask questions in the chat, anything you want to know about. One thing I want you to break down a little bit more, because we have a lot of stay-at-home moms, but we also have a lot of work. So they work the business part-time, they go to work full-time. Can you explain a little bit about now what your miracle morning and nap time hustle looks like?
Yeah, so I get up at I set my alarm for 3:45, which sounds crazy, but honestly, I have to go to bed earlier to do that. So I set my alarm at 3:45. I push play at 4 to 4:15. I actually have a workout buddy on my team, Greg. My team is like a bunch of girls and Greg. So it's like Boss Bags, #and Greg. So I've known him since high school. We Zoom together because that's the only way we will work out. If he doesn't call me in the morning, he's literally in my hotel wake up. He calls me every morning. And if he doesn't call, I sleep in. So I'm like, Greg's not working out. So it's really great, but it's also not really great if one of us doesn't work out. So workout, I push play by 4 or 4:15, and then I do a couple stories. And also, guys, I'm going to type this in the chat. Triller is an amazing, it's like Thriller without the H, amazing app. It's like a music video, but I just do my workouts there and then put it all into a video, so that then it's not like 18 workout video stories. It's just one, and it's fun. They can still see I'm doing it. And then I do a couple stories. I will do a story always about my unicorn juice, which is what I call my Energize. And then I'll do one about Recover or Shakeology. And then I make a morning post. And then I do my invites, and I do my invites straight from who's watched my stories the day before. So that's why it's really important to be consistent with that. And I try to, right now, my team and I are doing a 30 for 30. And I know you guys probably are all crazy like Ashley and do more, but 30 is what I'm doing right now. And then it's like shower, and then it's mom time. And I am able to do all of that. And that's why I get up at 4, because it's like, I wouldn't be able to do that if I got up at 6. I wouldn't be able to do all that. But then when nap time hustle comes along, that's when it's checking in with my coaches, checking in with my challengers, checking in with my team. And I can do a little bit of that too. Like I do give her, some screen time, and there's things that or puzzles or things like that where she's just playing. And that's sometimes too where I can, just check in with my team and things like that. But the biggest thing too is then making sure that I'm providing value, right? So I always try to go live in my challenge group once a day, and I always try to do some type of recipe share or live video of where I put together something. And that's basically it. And then at night again, I check in messages, and I try to do like one type of thing that's on my like should do list, like some type of training or a recognition post or something like that.
So simple. Do you guys hear her? Say it for the people in the back. Guys, so simple. Why do we overcomplicate it? April has built an incredible business by working 1 to 2 hours a night, even when she was working full time at the nursing home or whatever. You weren't working these insane hours. Same thing when I was teaching. I wasn't working 10 hours a day. I was coming home and working 1 to 2 hours a night. But you have to redefine what it is that you do in that chunk of time. I love it, April. Thank you. Can you say that quote again? Live now how others won't.
So you can live later how others can't.
So you can, I love that.
Hashtag Bala.
Mm. It's the prime example of what we do in this business. You might have to push your first year, like hard. You might have to give up, This Is Us, Grey's Anatomy. You might have to give up those things. You might have to give up certain things in your life or make sacrifices. But if you can sit down and visualize what you crave your life to look like in a year, all of you guys are capable of it. Everyone's capable of it. We've watched April do it. I've been able to come home. We've seen Kate, Cassie, Kaylin, all of these people come home from their full-time job because they had a vision, they hustled hard, and now they're making it work. And so best way to know that you're fully capable of it is to look around and all the other people who've done it. And you have a prime example of somebody right here. Not only has done it once, but has now done it 2 times. And so, I'm so proud of you, April. That is incredible. And freaking incredible.
Thank you. But the one thing I do have to tell you that I meant to comment that's really, really, really important, because it's really easy to do this and get burnout. My number one suggestion, because I don't know what a phoenix is. My number one suggestion is that the first 2 years, Matt and my husband fought a lot because I had business here, Matt here, and I wanted this so much. But that's not the way to do it. So you have to talk to them. You have to tell them, explain to them what a challenge pack is. So when you're like, oh, I saw what a challenge pack, they can celebrate you. Explain to them when your calls are. Like Ashley was like, no, I can't do Thursdays. That's my day off. I encourage you to plan out and say, when is date night? When is family time? When is this? I do not do Beachbody from the time my husband gets home until the time that Adley goes to bed. That is our family time. And then Thursday nights, he knows that's my team call. I set up my Emerald calls. I set up my team calls. I set up everything, and I just stack them Thursday nights. And he's like, oh, Fortnite. So it's totally fine because we know that expectation is there. But make sure that you put your family time in, or your spouse will not support you, and you will get burned out, and your kids will look at you and say, Mommy, you're always on your phone. And then you're going to be like, I'm out. I can't do this business. I've seen it so many times. So you need to prioritize, and you need to explain to your spouse and your family what this means. I mean, if you have kids, they can celebrate you. Your spouse can celebrate you. Tell them what goals you're pushing for. When you hit a promotion, tell them, let them celebrate you, and then get them to an event, because it was everything changed once my husband got to a Success Club trip, because I kept telling him, he was a restaurant manager and I never saw him ever. And he kept saying, I kept telling him, I will retire you. I will retire you. And I did that and you know what, when he came home from that Success Club trip, we were in the airport in Mexico, and he said, when you retire me. And I was like, what did you just say? Because he was always my cheerleader, but never really believed it. And after that, and seeing all those successful people, he was like, when you retire me. And so it was 3 days before Summit of 2015, I think, he quit his job, and we went to Summit, and we went 8 months on just my income alone while he went back to school to get his real estate license and wait for his first closing check. So you need much business. You need to get whoever your partner is to a live event and let them be in that moment and that experience, and they will be your cheerleader ever after that.
I love it. It's insane. It's so insane what we're capable of. And so many people, you guys got to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, work on yourself, and just let that pour into everything else. All right. Do we have any questions? Cassie brought Matt to Summit, and every day he's like, did you get your vitals done today? Good. I love Matt because your business has skyrocketed since then, Cass.
Matt for the win.
I don't see any questions. What makes you stand out or apart from other moms as far as your tribe?
I think the biggest thing is I celebrate how much of a hot freaking mess I am, so that, and I keep it real. Like, I'll post it in here. Like I posted a picture today about like my pee pants, or it was really just like me sweating, but it looked like I seriously peed myself. And I just, like, I'm not gonna like hide it. Like, I'm gonna own it. And so I just think that, like, when you share your story and you talk about the real stuff, and you remind people that you struggle with depression, anxiety, you know, all these other things, that's when people are raving fans. I have people that say they come to my page because if they're having a bad day, they know they will see something to remind them that they are enough. So find whatever deep, dark secret it, or not secret, but negative thing you say about yourself. And every day should be some type of zinger post and like fighting that inner mean girl. So for me, mine has always been, I'm not good enough. So every post is going to be at least once a day. I'm going to have a post that's going to remind somebody that they're good enough, even if that post is for me to remind myself, but they're going to benefit from it.
Oh, I love that. I love that we're so often people use their negative insecurities to push negativity onto others. And in this business, guys, let's use maybe our negative insecurities that we're working on to prove to other people while proving to ourselves what we're truly capable of. And I think the coolest thing is that the people want to show up to the real post. Every single time that I post a real, like, relatable post, that's the post that I get the most likes on. And that's not to say you need to make shit up, you know. It's to say that whatever's real in your life, guys, hone in on it and share the crap out of it, because you deserve that. Are we smiling?
I'm taking a story.
Okay. But if there are no other questions, April, you are amazing. I am so blessed to have been with you all weekend and have the opportunity to meet you, or, you know, spend the weekend with you. And I know that, guys, definitely follow her. It's April K_McDonald. She's hilarious. She's cute. She's funny. She just has this graceful heart. And I can tell you what, April, I feel like you have been a changed person maybe ever since that whole thing has happened. And like you said, you know, it was a blessing in disguise. And if you guys can take anything from this call, number one, just believe in yourself, share your truth. And the last thing is shift your mindset, because you can't control the things that happen in this business, but you can control how you react to it. All right, quick selfie before we hop off. First page, smile. Okay, second page. All right, guys, recording will be up either tonight or in the morning. I love you all. Again, thank you, April, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.